All right, true crime fans, it's me, Patti Lee, here at the True Crime Grapevine, and it is still week 27, our 27th episode, and it is the week reviewing all the true crime that everybody's talking about on the Grapevine between August 24th and September 2nd, and we are up to our 6th case, which is Courtney Clenny. You may know her. Look at, I'm getting a little. That's Courtney Tailor on OnlyFans. All right, we're getting the little after dark, late night, crazy Patti Lee. Yes, Courtney Clenny. She is the OnlyFans model that lived in Texas. Oh, she moved to LA for a short time. Had a bit of trouble with the alcohol. Had a bench warrant, left there. Went back to Texas. I think she had a problem in Texas, hit somebody, was going to court for a DUI, had to have a breathalyzer, so which means she probably had other problems, put on her car to start it, was supposed to be having her case like right before she committed this crime in Florida. But don't worry, she left Texas and moved to Florida with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend, Toby Obumseli, a cryptocurrency entrepreneur, very good looking man. He moved with her to Miami. I think she made very good money on OnlyFans. It looks as if maybe she made so much money that she was the one that qualified to own the apartment. Oh, they also went during, they dated since they lived in Texas. I don't know if it was when they lived in Florida or when they lived in Texas, but they took a trip to Las Vegas. They did not get married. But they did have a knockdown drag-out fight where the police called and she got arrested there for domestic violence. Courtney seems to have a problem. She does not stick to coolers. She does not stick to one or two. Courtney has a problem. Yeah, a problem. She gets a little handsy, a little angry. You know how alcohol makes some people angry? Like tequila makes some people's clothes fall off? It seems like whatever she was drinking made like a witch come out because she got violent. Anyways, so if you're keeping up with us, she's got a bench warrant from 2015 in California. She's got a bench warrant out for her in Texas. One in Vegas, or maybe she just got in trouble in Vegas. And then they're in Florida, and the police are called all the time to their apartment. Yes. Well, anyways, 4 months ago, she called 911 because her boyfriend was bleeding out from a knife wound that she caused by, it was unclear at the time. Now she's claiming self-defense, but let me just tell you, there is video of her beating the crap out of Toby Obumseli in the apartment. Like, first she beats the, like, she gets in angry, obviously been drinking, I think, smacks the elevator buttons around, he gets in, and she starts smacking him around like a crazy person. And he's huge compared to her. So I am sure, unfortunately, hubris, right? He thought, and we talked about this before, that she probably wasn't a threat. And probably mostly she wasn't, except he went out on Saturday, I forget the date exactly. It was in March, I believe. He went out to get, I don't know, he was gone too long, but he came back with sandwiches. I don't know what he was doing, but she didn't like it that he was gone so long. She had done like her OnlyFans upload, video recording, some stuff, and it seemed like he left at 1 and didn't come home till like 4:30, and like within an hour he was dead. He came in with the sandwiches, and it seems like right away there's a altercation, there's loud whatever. People hear screaming. People called the apartment complex and the police. And still, in between that time, it seems like she was so angry she grabbed a knife and plunged it into him. And you know, the thing is, she could have, and it wasn't like, it's just like a knife that they had in their apartment. It doesn't look like, wasn't like a weighted, crazy knife. It wasn't like a killer knife. I mean, as far as I know. Sorry, I don't really know which knife she used. But it caused a 3-inch gash. It seemed like she hit him. There was another case, and I don't remember which one. But like, if you get hit just right, there's a huge artery that runs right here. And you can bleed out in a second, which is what happened. And so she tried, and she got blood all over, and she was, when she called 911, she's recorded as like saying, "I'm sorry, baby. Like, I didn't mean to do," like, I mean, and he's like, "I can't feel my arm." I mean, it looks as if also she made 2 phone calls to her mother, and it looks like maybe they had the fight. She unintentionally, like in a fit of anger, stabbed him, called her mom. Her mom talked her down. She called 911, and then her mom calls back or texts her back and says like something about like, say it's self-defense. So amazingly, she claims it's self-defense, but she's so freaked out after they take the body away, take him to the hospital, but he dies. I think either he was DOA or soon after. She is not booked. Like, she was handcuffed on scene, but then they take her. She was Baker acted, and I don't know if her attorney did it or if she did it or if the police were asked to do it. I'm not sure how exactly it happened, but the Baker Act in Florida is like, if you could be a harm to yourself or others, like suicidal, they will put you in the hospital for a 72-hour involuntary hold, which happened. She was held. She came out. Then her dad must have been visiting from, I believe, Texas in a hotel, and she was down in the bar with him, and some lady recognized her and called her ass out. What are you doing? You having a drink after killing your boyfriend? Because people had seen it. Now, her friends, like their couple friends there in Florida, they were like, she was known to get violent with him. We never saw him. Like, nobody has seen him raise a hand to her, except some guy who doesn't know either of them, but somehow saw something from an apartment across the way and said he saw him raise her hand to him. Now, if you look in the elevator, he's like doing, like grabbing her hands. So if you're looking from an apartment, maybe you see a big, huge guy doing this, and it looks like he's smacking her when really he's just fielding blows. I don't know, but they fought all the time. So I don't know what the strangers saw, but the friends sort of corroborate what the video, which has, doesn't have a bias, right? It's just the video we can all watch. So now, she wasn't arrested right away. His family was upset. There was an autopsy done. Obviously, homicide. Whose fault is it? Why was it done? That wasn't whatever. His family in Texas, especially his brother, of course, they're like, why wasn't she arrested? Now, she is blonde and beautiful and little and white, and he happens to be this beautiful, tall, but very dark, handsome man. So they're like, is this racial? Are you not? Now, they're in Miami. So Miami has a huge Cuban population. I mean, there are people of color in Miami. So of all the Florida places to be, it wouldn't be the worst one if you're looking for equal justice. But I understand why the family would ask, like, why aren't you, whatever. So in the meantime, after she got yelled at publicly and was embarrassed and went away, she somehow ended up in Hawaii, as I was saying, where the crazies were. Went to Hawaii for rehab because, hey, if you can get it, I guess, it's not a bad place if you can get there. Good for her. So she was arrested in Hawaii for the murder. She didn't fight extradition. She was brought back to Miami-Dade. She was booked. She went in front of the judge. So the problem was, she went in front of the judge on a Saturday, and it maybe isn't going to be the judge that will handle everything all the time. And for some reason, the judge was like, hearing the case and held her over without bond because she felt like the judge who knew more about the case, maybe there was a judge already assigned, but she didn't want to make the determination of bond. Now, it wasn't said, but what I think happened is this girl runs. Like, she got in trouble in California. She went back home to Texas, gets in trouble in Texas, moves to Florida, gets in trouble in Florida, goes to rehab in Hawaii. She seems to be a flight risk of sorts. And the money situation, she's an OnlyFans model. She makes a shit ton of money on OnlyFans. So, and she doesn't have to be anywhere to make her OnlyFans money, right? All she's got to do is, whatever. And that's fine. But it means that she doesn't have to be in a place. It's not like she has a company. She doesn't have children holding her down. She's got no ties to the community. She's a flight risk. So that judge, it's not reported that she said, dude, you're obviously a flight risk. But she's not going to be the judge. So she sort of went like, I'll pass. And she's being held without bond still. And September 6th is the court date for her arraignment. So she is still going to be arraigned. Holding her like that is kind of weird. I'm sure her attorney reminds me of Stephen Bertano. The Brian Laundrie's attorney. I don't know, I get a very, that vibe. Bertolino. I get a big Bertolino vibe from him. I don't know why. But I did watch Law and Crime that had on the guest was a Florida lawyer. And they were asking about the guy thinks she should not be having this big of a charge. Her charges should be knocked down to manslaughter. It shouldn't be second degree. I mean, I think it should be. But, see, that judge didn't want to decide that. So, that's all out there still. And the guy was like, look, whoever gets this case, yeah, they'll probably let in, because everybody's saying, oh, they're not going to let in that elevator video would be too prejudicial. And he's like, look, if they had pictures of her, killing a puppy, that would be prejudicial because it would have nothing to do with the case but make people hate her. And that would be prejudicial. But this, her smacking him around, goes right to the matter of who's the aggressor. Was it her or him? And he also mentioned, which I think is important to remember, that he said juries are no longer, look at the Johnny Depp case, you can't just assume men aren't the victim. Juries are getting that men are the victim. Because she's claiming this oh, I own the apartment. So it's the stand your grounds law, and in its self-defense. She's obviously trying to think of anything, and she'll probably bat her pretty eyes. Now, I don't know. This is Florida. We know about the killer top mom case with Casey Anthony, who totally should have been, in my opinion, just my opinion, I think she should have been found guilty, but got talked out of it, and I think most of it was that she looked innocent and cute, and they couldn't believe she would kill a baby. So, that's the setup here. But right now, she's a runner. She's in jail. I think she is a flight risk. I wonder if they let her, though, for her money, take some jail pics. Can't you see some, naughty, I'm not going to act it out, but, some naughty jail pics? The girl's got to make her money. I wonder if her lawyer can say, she needs her phone for, 15 minutes every so often. If you hear this, Miss Clenny, Miss Courtney Clenny / Tailor, you should probably get your phone. Get that money, girl. You gotta shake that money maker while you can. I mean, you're gonna need to pay for that lawyer. I wonder if that's allowed. Are you allowed to work while you're in jail? I know Epstein was, and that was Florida, so I don't know. All right, now I'm just being silly, you guys. Okay, that was my OnlyFans case update. After September 6th, we'll let you know if Courtney could make that change and get out of jail, or if she's going to have to sit there and wait. Gonna be interesting. All right. Thumbs up, please, if you like. Subscribe.